So today we are going to be discussing stimming, or self-stimulatory behavior. This is basically repetitive or unusual body movements or noises. Stimming may include finger or hand mannerisms such as finger clicking or hand flapping. Also, unusual body movements such as rocking, consistent spinning. It may also include posturing, which could be, arching your arms a certain way, or sometimes I've seen kids do different motions with their legs or holding fingers and hands at a certain angle, right? So that could be also a type of stimming. Another thing could be visual stimming. So for instance, looking at things sideways all the time, or watching things spin over and over and over again, or doing fingers like this in front of your face, anything that stimulates the visual system. Repetitive behaviors also count as stimming. For instance, turning on and off the lights, maybe closing and opening and closing the doors frequently, right? And then in terms of the oral motor stimulation, we see a lot of chewing, right? You could chew on clothing, on toys, books, wood, everything. So basically chewing or mouthing objects. That's also a way to stim. And then we have auditory stimming, and that is maybe listening to the same song over and over, or noises over and over. And that seems to be just doing that repetitively is also a way of stimming. We all stim. Obviously, we know that autistic individuals do it a lot more frequently to self-regulate, to keep themselves, they use it as a coping mechanism for stress and changes that come in their life. It is important to keep in mind that stimming varies among children and autistic individuals. Some stim a lot, others only stim a little bit, and their stims might fluctuate or vary depending on the day or event or what they're coping with at that certain time. When autistic kiddos become, overwhelmed sensorially as well, they revert to stimming to kind of de-escalate what's going on inside their body. So stimming overall is a good thing. We don't want to ever stop or keep children or individuals from stimming. What we do want to keep in mind is making sure that their stimming behavior isn't harmful. So when addressing stimming, just make sure your child isn't doing anything that is self-injurious. For instance, a repetitive movement could be banging their head on the wall or on the couch or on anything. We want to make sure we try to redirect that, find a way that we can give them the same coping mechanisms, but not letting them harm themselves. And if that's not the case, if we can't redirect it, then find a way to keep them safe while they're doing that. But I do want to state that we don't ever want to keep a child from stimming if it's not hurting them. It is a way for them to cope. It is a way for them to express themselves. And I think that it's highly important for us to honor that need in their bodies and for us to normalize it. Talk to our children about what stimming may look like if they come across somebody that's doing it in school or in public. What I have come across in the past is that I think a lot of parents that have kids that stim a lot get kind of overwhelmed or get bothered by it a little bit more, or feel uncomfortable with their children stimming. Look inward and see what your difficulties are. Like, what makes you feel uncomfortable as a parent seeing your child stim, or what are your concerns when your child stims, and start a conversation about that, right? Either speak to a therapist, speak to your family, reach out to communities, reach out to autistic adults that are now using their voice to shed more light on these aspects of living with invisible disabilities. So make sure you use this topic as an opportunity to grow. And don't feel weirded out if you do see somebody stim in public. Just let them stim on. Let them embrace that and feel comfortable. Okay? If you guys have any questions, don't forget to leave them in the comments down below. Thank you so much. Bye.